You can lie down, close your eyes, and still feel like part of you is working. Your body is on the sofa, but your mind has not really sat down with you. It is still in the kitchen. It is near the laundry basket. It is remembering the text you meant to answer, the food that needs using up, the appointment tomorrow, the thing someone asked you to do while you were already doing 3 other things. And that is why rest can feel so strange sometimes. You stop moving. You sit down. Maybe the house is finally quiet for a little while. But when you get back up, you do not feel restored. You feel as if you only paused the outside of your life, while the inside kept running. Not sleepy exactly, more like there is a tiredness behind your eyes. A heaviness you cannot quite explain. A feeling that the day never fully let go of you. For many busy women, this is not because they are bad at resting. It is because rest is being asked to repair too much at once. A few quiet minutes on the bed are being asked to carry a whole day of decisions. Work, family needs, messages, meals, unfinished chores, small emotional moments, tiny bits of planning that nobody else sees. Remember to reply. Remember to buy milk. Remember the school form. Remember the meeting. Remember the wet clothes in the washing machine. Remember that someone needs clean socks in the morning. Remember that there are leftovers in the fridge, but maybe not enough for dinner. Remember that the kitchen counter still needs wiping. Remember that you were supposed to rest. From the outside, it may not look like much. A handbag dropped near the door, 2 cups in the sink, a chair with clothes over the back of it, a phone glowing beside the bed, a child asking one more question, someone calling from another room asking where something is. It looks ordinary, but inside your mind is holding a whole second layer of the day. This is the part that makes the tiredness heavier than it looks. Your body may be still, but your attention is still moving. It is checking the room, checking tomorrow, checking what might be forgotten, checking what other people need, checking whether you are allowed to stop yet. So when you finally lie down, your mind does not always understand that it can rest too. Sometimes the quiet only gives it space to show you everything it has been carrying. That is why a woman can sit down after a long day and suddenly feel more tired, not less. The house is quieter, but the thoughts get louder. You are not imagining that. A tired evening can look very normal. You stand in front of the fridge at night, not exactly hungry, but looking for a pause. You eat a few bites standing at the kitchen counter, because sitting down with a plate feels like one more thing. You walk past the laundry basket and feel that little pinch of guilt, even though you have already done enough for one day. You pick up your phone to rest, and somehow your mind feels more crowded afterward. Then the thought comes in, why can't I just relax? But relaxing is not only about stopping your body. Sometimes your mind needs fewer things to manage before rest can actually reach you. And that is harder to create than people usually admit. This is where small improvement becomes useful. In the spirit of Kaizen, the point is not to fix everything at once. It is not to become perfectly organized, perfectly calm, or perfectly consistent. It is simply to make one small part of the day easier to repeat. One small point of pressure lowered. One loose end placed somewhere. One little demand taken out of your head. Because when your life is already full, a big routine can feel like another job. A full evening reset. A perfect cleaning schedule. A complete meal plan. A beautiful self-care ritual with all the right steps. Those things may sound nice on a good day, but on a tired day they can feel too far away to even begin. A small action that you can actually repeat is often more helpful than a perfect plan you only manage once. So instead of asking, how do I rest properly? You might ask something quieter. What is still asking my mind to work? That question can be surprisingly useful. Maybe it is not the whole kitchen. Maybe it is only the counter where tomorrow morning begins. Maybe it is not the entire bedroom. Maybe it is only the cluttered chair that makes the room feel unfinished. Maybe it is not your full schedule. Maybe it is one appointment you keep trying to remember without writing it down. Mental load feels heavier when everything stays inside your head. Your mind is not only thinking, it is storing, reminding, sorting, predicting, and preparing. It is doing a kind of quiet office work all day long, and when too many small things stay unspoken and unplaced, rest stays shallow. So the first small reset is not cleaning, it is unloading. Tonight or tomorrow, take 1 minute and write down 3 things that are making your mind feel full. Not a proper to-do list, not a plan for your whole life, just 3 things. The school email, the laundry, dinner tomorrow, or maybe the messy bedroom, the message I need to answer, the thing I am afraid I will forget. Writing them down does not solve them, but it does something kinder than people realise. It lets your mind stop holding them so tightly. There is a small relief in seeing the weight outside of yourself. A note on the kitchen counter can feel calmer than asking your brain to carry the same reminder all night. Then choose one thing that can wait, just one. This matters more than it sounds. Not everything has to be finished before you are allowed to rest. Maybe the dishes can wait until morning. Maybe the laundry can stay in the basket. Maybe dinner tomorrow can be something simple. Maybe the clothes on the chair do not need to become a wardrobe project tonight. Maybe that message can be answered after breakfast. Choosing one thing to leave is not giving up. It is a boundary around the energy you still have. Busy women often rest with guilt because the home still looks like it needs them. And in a way, it always will. There will always be another cup, another towel, another surface, another small decision. If rest is only allowed after everything is done, rest will keep getting pushed further away. So the smaller approach is gentler. Do the thing that matters most right now. Lower one small pressure. Let some things remain unfinished without turning that into a personal failure. That is not laziness. That is living inside a real day. The next small reset is 10 minutes of rest without your phone. Not because phones are bad, not because you have to become strict, unreachable, or perfectly mindful, but because a phone often looks like rest while quietly giving your mind more to hold. You pick it up for a break, and suddenly your attention is moving through messages, other people's homes, news reminders, comments, shopping ideas, family photos, work updates, and things you were not even planning to think about. Your body is still, but your mind is being handed more objects. So try this gently. For 10 minutes, put the phone face down. Or leave it across the room. Sit somewhere ordinary, the edge of the bed, a chair near the window, the sofa with one lamp on. Let the room be imperfect around you. You do not have to meditate. You do not have to breathe in a special way. You do not have to make the moment look peaceful. Just give your mind a short space where nothing new is coming in. At first it may feel a little awkward. You might want to get up and check something, fix something, remember something. Reach for the screen just to have something to do. That does not mean you are doing it wrong. It may simply mean your mind is used to being on duty. If a thought keeps coming back, write it down. Then return to sitting. Not solving, not planning. just placing the thought somewhere safe, so you do not have to keep carrying it alone in your head. This kind of rest is small, but it is cleaner. It gives your attention fewer things to chase, and sometimes that is what tiredness needs first. Not a perfect spa night, not a complete life reset, not a new version of you, just fewer demands for 10 honest minutes. You can also make tomorrow easier by preparing one visible landing point. A calmer morning often begins the night before, but not in a dramatic way. You do not need to organise the whole house before bed. You only need to choose one place where the morning usually becomes tense. Maybe it is the handbag near the door. Put your keys, purse, and one important thing beside it. Maybe it is the kitchen counter. Clear just enough space for a mug, a bowl, or a lunchbox. Maybe it is your clothes. Put one outfit where you can see it, even if the rest of the wardrobe is still full and slightly chaotic. One small, prepared place says to your morning self, I thought of you. That is the kind of care many women need more often. Not another routine that only works on perfect days. Not pressure to be softer, calmer, more graceful, more organised. Just small systems that reduce the number of decisions waiting for you when your energy is low. Daily life is full of tiny choices. What to cook, what to wear, what to clean first, what to answer, what to ignore, what to remember, what to feel guilty about. When there are too many choices, even resting can start to feel like something you have to manage. So make one choice in advance. Tomorrow morning, you do not have to search for the keys. They are already near the bag. You do not have to decide where to begin in the kitchen. One small surface is ready. You do not have to face the whole wardrobe. One outfit is waiting. Small systems are not meant to control your life. They are there to hold a little bit of weight for you. This is why a smaller approach often works better than forcing a perfect routine. A perfect routine usually needs a perfect kind of evening. Enough energy, enough time, no interruptions. A version of you who is calm, patient, and fully available. But real life includes tired evenings, rushed mornings, children asking for attention, late messages, unexpected mess. Days when your patience is already thin before the evening even begins. A small habit can survive those days. 3 things written down. 1 thing allowed to wait. 10 minutes without the phone. 1 surface cleared. 1 item placed where tomorrow needs it. None of these actions look especially impressive, but they can change the feeling of the day because they reduce the number of invisible pulls on your attention. And when your mind has fewer loose ends, rest has a better chance of reaching you. There is also a more tender part of this. Many women do not only feel tired, they feel responsible for the fact that they are tired. They wonder why they cannot handle more, why they need so much quiet, why they are irritated by small things, why someone else seems to be calmer, cleaner, more organised, more patient. But you are never seeing the full weight of another woman's life. And you do not need to build a life that looks calm from the outside while exhausting you on the inside. The aim is not to become a perfect woman. The aim is to make one part of your real day easier to come back to. A calmer home does not have to be spotless. A calmer routine does not have to begin at 5 in the morning. A calmer evening does not have to include candles, a journal, a perfect dinner, and a completely clear sink. Sometimes a calmer evening is much simpler than that. You write down what feels heavy. You choose one thing to leave. You put the phone away for 10 minutes. You let your body rest without asking your mind to keep managing everything in the background. And if tomorrow becomes messy again, That does not mean the habit failed. It means life continued. You can return to the same small reset again. Small actions matter because they can become familiar. They teach your mind little by little that not every responsibility has to be held at the same time. They help your home become less of a place that constantly asks from you and more of a place that supports you in small, practical ways. So tomorrow, try one small thing. Before bed, write down 3 things your mind keeps repeating. Choose one that can wait. Then give yourself 10 minutes without your phone, without fixing the room, without proving that you deserve to rest. Let the dishes be unfinished for a little while. Let the laundry basket exist. Let the chair stay imperfect tonight. Let tomorrow receive one small preparation, not the full weight of your worry. You may still feel tired. Real rest does not always arrive quickly. But you may feel one small layer of pressure loosen. And that is a worthy place to begin. Because sometimes the kindest thing is not pushing yourself into a better routine. Sometimes it is removing one quiet burden from the mind that has been trying to carry everything. Your rest does not need to be earned by finishing the day perfectly. It can begin with one small decision to stop managing everything for a few minutes and to let yourself come back to the day a little more gently.